Alright. Alright guys, I'm going to be right back. Let me throw up a poll here. Who wins Series 2? Waterloo Wormadams or the London Aces? I'll be back in like 3 seconds. Alright, we're back. So, next up, we got our Seed 2, the Waterloo Wormadams, against our Seed 7, the London Aces. On the side of the London Aces, we've got Gigantamax, Hatterene, Indeedee F, Gigalith, Stoutland, Boltund, Wartortle, Doubleade, Gourgeist, Halucha, Lipard, and Mawile. And on the side of the Waterloo Wormadams, which is me, we've got Gigantamax, Cinderace, Porygon 2, Magnezone, Heracross, Mantine, Quagsire, Dunsparce, Dhelmise, Grimmsnarl, Mr. Rhyme, and Gloom. And who here watched the Team Builder? I got an 80%. Thanks, guys. I mean, no bias, right? Even though everyone's watching here. So on the Team Builder, here, you guys tell me what you want to do. Do you want to hear me cast it like last time, or do you want me to give my thought process as if I were playing the game? Last time? Okay. Cast it is. Alright, fair enough. I'll try to keep it as unbiased as possible. It'll be a little weird, but... Alright, here we go. Getting into the game. On the side of the London Aces, they brought Hatterene, Wartortle, Gourgeist, Stoutland, Gigalith, and Indeedee. And on my side, we've got Cinderace, Grimmsnarl, Porygon 2, Magnezone, Dhelmise, and Quagsire. Does this change anybody's thoughts, seeing who we've picked? Oh, and I forgot to change the tab. Sorry. There we go. And I forgot to change this as well. Boop, boop. There we go. Alright, what do you guys think now, seeing the draft? Or picks? Yeah, I'll admit I was also surprised to see Wartortle. If you watch the Team Builder, I was like, "There's no way he's bringing Wartortle." All right, let's get into it. I'll set it to slow. All right, we get the leads. Magnezone, Dhelmise, as everybody knew I was going to lead because of that Team Builder, and we got Stoutland plus Gourgeist right away. And here's actually a big issue. He sees my Iron Ball and Room Service on turn 1 with the Frisk. Immediately max the Magnezone. I get yawned, and he Will-O-Wisp the Dhelmise, which is a pretty big problem. Dhelmise not doing much damage at all. But the Poltergeist still doing 42% to the Gourgeist. Max Steel Spike does end up taking out the Gourgeist. It's a quick 1-0 victory for me. I do have a Burn Dhelmise, and I got the defense boost. We get the Gigalith out here, sets the Sandstream, immediately Dynamaxes. We get an Ally Switch coming out. Charm onto the Magnezone, would have been going into the Dhelmise. We got Max Lightning here, that'll block the Yawn from going off on the Magnezone. And the Gigalith actually Max Quakes the Dhelmise slot, perhaps intentionally calling out the Ally Switch. Masterful play. And then as you see, protected by the electric terrain, we get a charm coming out on the Delmise this time. Power Whip hits the Gigalith from the Delmise, activating the weakness policy. And we got a Max Steel Spike then going into the Gigalith again, raising the defense of both Pokemon on the Wormadam side. Max Darkness coming out, trying to cover both his bases, but it doesn't actually take out the Magnezone. Burn and the Sandstorm chipping away at the Delmise there. Another ally switch coming out from the Delmise. Facade hits the Ghost type, does absolutely nothing. Body Press coming out reveals the Chopal Berry and takes out the Stoutland anyway with that 2 times to the defensive stat. Max Darkness comes out, takes out the Magnezone after he's got 2 KOs on the board. Still getting some chip damage there on the Delmise. Gigalith's Dynamax is over, and we get the Hatterene coming in, as well as the Porygon, who gets the attack boost, not the special attack boost, so that's not good. Shadow Ball comes out onto the Hatterene, takes away about 40%. Poltergeist through a burn and half attack, still doing 40% to the Hatterene. Then the surprise Life Dew coming out from the Hatterene, healing up this Gigalith as he goes for a Throat Chop, takes out the Delmise. And we get a Grimmsnarl in the back. Grimmsnarl throwing up the very late game Reflect as another Shadow Ball goes into the Hatterene, narrowly living. Rock Slide actually misses the Porygon 2, hits the Grimmsnarl, does around 50%. As we get a Trick Room coming out from the Hatterene, as the electric terrain is over. We got a Fake Tears here coming out onto the Gigalith. Rock Slide connects on both. Grimmsnarl somehow lives even though he took 50% last turn. Another Life Dew coming out. And Porygon 2 is going last, so you know he's going for Trick Room. We get another Fake Tears coming out onto the Gigalith, so he's 0.4 special defense. The last Shadow Ball takes out the Hatterene. Another Rock Slide, that'll finish off the Grimmsnarl. Porygon 2 is at half health. The Gigalith is at full health, but he's got times 0.4 special defense. That Ice Beam takes out 63% of his health. Rock Slide taking him down. Porygon's at 25, but another Ice Beam will finish it off. P2 the Legend. Oh yeah, when Grimmsnarl survived that Rock Slide, I was like, oh my fucking god. Yeah, this game had me on the edge of my seat. And if for those who watch the Team Builder, I said in there, if I get screens up and Porygon's my last Pokemon, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to win against anything on his team. But if he crit me at any point, or if that Rock Slide that missed the P2 hit the P2, I would have had to use a recovery. He would have got another opportunity for a crit. So that miss could have mattered, and a single crit would have killed me as well. So let's get into game 2. What adjustments am I going to make? What adjustments is he going to make? Let's see. Got the lead of Stoutland and Gigalith this time. Not bringing out the Gourgeist, and I'm still going with the Magnezone and the Delmise. He's got to make the immediate call of the ally switch here, right? He knows it's in the back. We both max Magnezone and Gigalith. There's the Charm coming right out onto the Delmise. Power Whip this time coming out onto the Stoutland. And a Max Steel Spike also coming into the Stoutland. That Stoutland goes down with only a Charm. We know we got the defense boost, so that Max Quake is not going to kill the Magnezone. He does get the special defense boost, which will help him out in the late game against this Magnezone. And DDF comes out this time, bringing up the Psychic Terrain. Got a Max Guard on the Magnezone here. Expanding Force does about 50% to the Delmise. That's a lot of damage. Steel Roller here will get rid of the Psychic Terrain, as we get a Max Darkness coming into the Magnezone. He predicting the ally switch this time, perhaps. Instead gets hit with the Max Guard. Indeed, he switches out here, brings in the Gourgeist. He already knows the items on the Wormadam side. Here comes the ally switch. Max Steel Spike into the Gourgeist, nearly takes him down. We got double the defense on the side of the Wormadams. Max Quake, oh, he called the ally switch incorrectly this time. Does not take out the Delmise either. The Gorgeist slowly going down to the Sandstorm. He's got about 10% HP. Dynamaxes are over. The Dhelmise actually switches out into the Porygon 2. And we got a Protect on the Gigalith. Will it pay off? Will-O-Wisp predicting another ally switch. It didn't pay off again. Flash Cannon takes out the Gorgeist. Oh, it's a 4v2 right now with Indeedee and Gigalith against the world. Indeedee comes back in, sets up the Psychic Terrain. Expanding Force doesn't manage to kill the Magnezone. Does a decent damage to Porygon 2. Ice Beam comes out onto the Indeedee, and a Thunderbolt from the Magnezone finishes off the Indeedee. Gigalith has taken no damage yet, but now it's 1v4. Looks like the burn will finish off the Magnezone. And what do we got in the back? We got another Grimmsnarl. Nothing changed on that side. There's another Reflect coming up. And a Recover from the Porygon 2. There's no weakness policy activation on the Gigalith this time, so he's going to struggle to do some damage through this Reflect. Fake Tears, ignored by the Psychic Terrain. Ice Beam coming out, barely does any damage with that double special defense. Rock Slide will keep coming out from the Gigalith. He's just got to keep hoping for these Rock Slides to do damage. We've got a Dazzling Gleam, a special move on the Cinderace, and more Ice Beams coming out. Keep in mind this Gigalith doesn't have any recovery this time. Grimmsnarl going down to about 20%. Bring back in the Dhelmise. Ooh, and there's a Protect on the last turn of the Psychic Terrain. That's only going to help the Grimmsnarl in the endgame. And there's another Ice Beam onto the Gigalith. And a Poltergeist instead of the Power Whip, so we don't activate the weakness policy. Nearly kills the Gigalith, and that means that Porygon 2 is just going to be able to clean this up with another Ice Beam. Actually, instead we just get a Dazzling Gleam, and that's a 2-0 victory for your Waterloo Wormadams. GG's indeed. That first game was nuts. And second game, once I knew he had the weakness policy, I was just like, I'm just never going to attack this Gigalith, and I'll probably just win. And sorry, I'm not looking at chat while I'm casting, so I gotta scroll back up. What beverage has sponsored this stream right now? I've got Cameron's Craft Beer, all the way from... Where is this from? It's in Ontario somewhere. Oakville, Ontario. I see Poppin' Fresh questioning the Special Grim. Special Grim, if you look at his team, is very high on physical defense, and other than Hatterene and Indeedee, very low on special defense. So I needed an attack, I used Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, I didn't bring Magnezone at all until my last week matchup and the first round of the playoffs. Between the two games, I believe he's up to 13 KOs. Or 2 sets, I think he's up to 13 KOs.